Hey, what do you say? We're back. What's up? Mav here, welcoming Fuzzy as usual for this Tidbits segment we do on the channel. Thank you, everybody, for joining either live or after the fact. I appreciate you. Um, been sick. Did we do Tidbits last week? Were we able to get that done, Fuzzy? I don't even remember. I think we
I,
were.
yeah, we did.
Yeah,
We
there
did.
just wasn't any games.
Mhm.
That's what it was. There wasn't any games. There's a bunch of like indie stuff, pretty
Yeah,
much, right?
yeah. I think everybody was trying to avoid Vanguard at the time. Vanguard was like I think the biggest thing, other than early
Yeah,
access, but that wasn't an official
which
release.
maybe it turned out not to be. Maybe last week would have been a great week to release a game because, you know, I don't even hear anybody talking about Vanguard today. Really, I think another game stole the show, and we're gonna get to that this week on the releases. Excited. But yeah, again, Fuzzy, thanks for being here as always, man. How
Thanks
you
for
doing?
having me.
You doing good?
Yeah, I've. Whew. Well, one of the games that's on this list has been taking a lot of my time, so been definitely enjoying some games and just gaming news in general. It's been pretty good week. Pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a good week. I'm excited to have my voice back somewhat. It's been
Nice.
this past week was a battle. Is like off and on, just kept going. I managed to get two of our shows done, two of our podcasts, but the other two couldn't do it, so we had to cancel FSP. But
Yeah.
it was kind of weird. I think everything's getting better now, so should have a full slate this week. Excited to see some people in the chat here. I know we're not at a regular time. Had a lot of stuff to do earlier today, but shout out to Shizno, Army veteran, hanging out here right now. Um, so Fuzzy, thanks for the help again as usual with the list. We got our games coming for the week.
Mhm.
Shout out to GameInformer.com for putting this list together, and we're gonna go through these and kind of see what we got, what's cooking this week. See if there's any surprises, anything that stands out, and we'll start with Airborne Kingdom, which is a game I've never heard of.
Mhm.
Um, Now there was one of these that came out on game. There was an air game that came out on Game Pass last week. It was like a it kind of looked like Ace Combat, and a lot of people were talking about it. Wingman. Um,
Yeah.
Did you have a chance to try Wingman?
Yeah. I played it on PC and couldn't get my HOTAS One flight stick to work with it properly. So I just
Mm-hmm.
waited until it came to Xbox, and I've been using the controller, and it works great. I just wish it worked with a flight stick better. I guess it's some sort of like hardware support that's the issue, but with controller, it handles amazingly, and it's a good. It's a little bit easier, I'll say, than Ace Combat, but still
Yeah.
fun. But this new game, Airborne Kingdom, is it's got some flying stuff, but it's like a kind of like an RTS. Well, not really an
Okay.
RTS, but like a air combat flying
I
castle
just saw
city kind of.
planes. I saw planes and palaces. Um,
Yeah.
Airborne Kingdom is coming out for the PS5, Series X, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, and Mac. So it's coming out on everything.
Mhm.
Developed by the Wandering Band, published by the Wandering Band. It says simulation game. It already came out on PC and Mac, I guess, last year.
Yeah.
So this is the console release officially. And I'm going to go over to the official website. We'll check this out. So it's like RTS vibes, you say?
Kind of, but it's like your flying castle versus someone else's flying castle. Looks pretty cool, but
Okay.
man, that could all go bad if they shoot you down. Your whole castle or city or whatever just crash and burn.
So it's like a strategy game, your base versus their base. You're building up and um okay.
Yeah.
And you're sending out little plane minions for
Mhm.
supplies, I'm guessing. Okay. We're watching this little video here on the screen. It looks like
Yeah,
it's got some interesting things.
it kind of reminds me of old PC game that I used to love, which was Homeworld, but it's like a
Uh-huh.
steampunk version instead of like a space sci-fi version.
I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it is. It seems like a weird twist on a traditional RTS.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, that game's coming out, and it is. Let's see how much. How much is this game? Let's click on purchase and see what happens. Medal of Honor Airborne. That is not the right game. So GameStop, shout out, trying to sell us some Medal of Honor. I have no clue. Like, this is one thing. Like, hey, I understand you want to sell anything you can, but let's do some better linking, right? I think their
Yeah.
link is just like tied to a search on GameStop's website
Mm-hmm.
via the name. So, like, if GameStop doesn't have it in their system, it's just going to go to something else. So, Airborne Kingdom, anyway, is coming out on the 9th, which is tonight/tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay. Next, Disney Classic Games Collection. The Jungle Book, Aladdin, and Lion King. PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Didn't this already come out? Or am I mistaken?
It's I want to say it's a classic remake, but I don't know if they released the bundle on PC prior or not. But
Okay.
this, I just remember Lion King being one of those torturous games for us youngins back in the day, where it was like a lot harder than what Lion King should probably be. But
Oh yeah, Aladdin was great. I remember Aladdin was great. I
yeah,
just don't. I thought that there was already this Disney collection, like on the 360 or something. But I could be wrong.
no, you're probably right. I think this is just like a more updated like aspect ratio and graphical
Yeah,
update as well.
cool. All right, Disney Classic Games Collection, $30. 3 classic Disney games. I'm not gonna hate on that. $30 for that, especially on something like the Switch. I think that's a good fit for it too.
Yeah.
So hey, check that out, guys. Now here's an interesting one, Fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
Football Manager 2022. And here's why it's interesting to me, because for some reason it's only on Xbox and PC. It's one of those Sega games. Okay,
Yeah.
Sega is the publisher,
Mm-hmm.
right? Nobody's really talking about this. Okay, I remember when it was announced that it was coming to Xbox and PC only. People were like, "That's strange. It's coming to Xbox because it was usually only a PC game,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's coming to Xbox, but why not PlayStation as well, right?" And then you see the Total War Warhammer 3 announcement where it's coming to Game Pass PC day one. You have the Sega Alliance announcement. Some of these things are starting to make a little bit more sense now.
Yeah.
Also, this game actually reviewed pretty well on the meta scores and stuff. Is like a 87 on release day, I think,
Mm-hmm.
or early. I guess they had early reviews up or something last week, embargo day. I mean,
Yeah.
so Football Manager. It's not necessarily my type of game, but this is a very popular genre.
I almost wish there were more games like this for like some more, I guess, US centric sports. Like I would love to see a version of this for baseball. I
Yeah.
know that there was one way back in the day that was kind of more of like a statistician's dream type of thing, but I I, I, I got to give this a try because I think this is coming to Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Oh, really? If
Yeah.
that's the case, I missed that announcement, which it would be another surprise. But it basically, you're just kind of controlling like everything except for the game itself, right?
Right.
And you
Mm-hmm.
have like way more in depth. It's like a crazy in depth franchise, career,
Yeah.
dynasty, all that kind of stuff. Like you're controlling everything.
Yeah. So you work on the
It's
merchandising, the sneaker
yeah,
contracts, the the I guess the gossip between players, or the infighting between players, or possible
Mm-hmm.
infighting with players on other teams that you could possibly scoop up. It's like that perfect sim, but just without the gameplay. But it's everything else.
Yeah, it's more. I guess it's kind of like a strategy game, right? And then you get
Mhm.
to see how things play out on the field based on your changes, right? I guess kind of
Yeah.
what how that goes. But again, interesting thing that it's kind of coinciding with that, Sega and Xbox alliance in a weird way, right? And I don't think it's a coincidence that the week that this released and also that Total War Hammer announcement was made was the same week that Sega made that announcement. I don't know. Here's the big one, the Big Daddy. Now, we didn't really get to talk about this game as much last week because it wasn't officially releasing because it was only early access, right? And I
Yeah.
knew it was going to be here this week, so we put it up here. Um, Luckily for me, one of our awesome community members, Crazy Louie, actually gifted me and Pong Soul the premium pass, so we got to play early. I
Awesome.
was going to be content with waiting for Game Pass just because, hey, it's in Game Pass, so I was just going to be fine with that. But like, hey, I was super appreciative and glad to be playing it early because this game is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Have you been putting in any time into it? I know you have actually because I saw some of
Yeah.
your screenshots.
Yeah, I'm almost embarrassed to say I think I have 2 days and something like 21 hours already. It's something ridiculous, and it may not be
Wow.
21 hours, but it's like two. I already got 2 days in this game. Discovered all the roads, did all of the trailblazers, all of the hill jumps, all of the speed traps, and all of the first segment of races, and I'm probably 60% on the rest of the segments of races. But my big thing now is just start to collect the cars, all the cars that come up in the seasonal, the online racing, the accolade cars, and things like that. I'm trying to get those one by one, and keeping my eye out on the auctions, get some tunes together because I know some people want like a car that they can use early on to kind of build up their money, win some races, do some of the events and things. So I'm gonna try to have some of that stuff ready. So anybody that follows me in the game, or even follows me on Xbox, you'll be able to have, a good starting point to kind of, especially if you're into collecting the cars or just want to have enough money to buy all the houses, or even some of the clothes, because the clothes are kind of expensive. But then again, I wound up with so much money in four at the end and nothing to buy. So having the clothes cost, $10,000 for a jacket, it's okay. It seems a little steep now, but it's like I'll buy the clothes later after I got all the cars.
Did you pre-order one of those Forza controllers?
I tried. By the time I realized that it was up on the Xbox site, it was already crashed or gone.
Yeah.
Like I had to go to cart, and then it just kept on bouncing out of cart by the time I would go to checkout. And I think it was like the same day for the Halo Series X, which I was going to try to see if I can get those. It was like at least the Forza controller, but the Halo Xbox, I was going to try to do something special, do that as like a gift type of deal. And then, yeah, neither one worked out. And I'm hoping at some point I'll be able to acquire that controller, because I think you even get like a special
Yeah.
car and costume or something along with it. But yeah, I missed out.
It's really good, man. Like I on FSP, like I said, we had to cancel because I just actually at the time when I was playing in the show, I couldn't speak. But and then my voice started coming back a little bit like later that night, and I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm just gonna sit here and just sit in a party and kind of and stream the game. I'm not gonna really be on cam. I'm not gonna talk that much. I had a party chat going,
Mhm.
and then next thing I know, but before the stream was over, is like 6.5 hours later, right? We just sat there and played. that game for like 6.5 hours, dude. It was
Hmm.
absolutely insane. The time just melting away. Just
Yeah.
event after event after event, messing with different cars. There's so much. There's so much stuff to do, and
Oh
I've
yeah.
always kind of been like one of these guys that just kind of casually plays Horizon. I was more of a motorsport guy.
Hmm.
I didn't really get into the whole like systems of Horizon with the map. I just kind of went places and did races. I didn't really
Yeah.
focus on how to advance or all the crazy stuff going on. I just wanted to drive around and race.
Hmm.
But this one, I, like after talking to more people in the party, asking questions and seeing this, I was like learning. There's so much more to the Horizon games than I was giving them credit for with a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff, and it's really rewarding. A lot of the systems that go into play with the collection aspect and all of these things. So I was just having a blast with it, and I have like this I think inside goal right now that I want to
Hmm.
1,000 achievement this one, and I never do that in any games. Like I never even
Nice.
think about it,
Yeah.
but I can see myself doing that with this game because it lends itself to that, like
Yeah.
giving you that like kind of collection aspect or the completion aspect of it, right? So
Yeah. The
absolutely loving
checklist
it.
and the rewards definitely help drive that. Like it.
Yep.
This is their best iteration of doing that. It's like normally you figure you finish the championship. All right, I'm done. I can, move on. Maybe there's an achievement for jumping over two ramps or something that you'll try later. But no, this one, it's like, you want that CLoWnZ egg, right? Well, you gotta finish the story about the movie acting and being a stunt double and stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
you want the old school Bronco that's kind of like King of the Hammers off road buggy. Yeah, you're gonna have to complete the wrestling challenge and stuff like that, where they have like all these different little story modes, and it's like, oh, I get a reward for doing this. It's like, yeah, that they definitely hit it on the head when it came to keeping you involved or keeping you engaged in this thing. And like you said,
Yeah.
6 hours goes by pretty quick, and I haven't even started doing street racing yet. Like there was a bit where I was offline for a bit just so I can get some cash, get some cars. But now I'm starting to work on the tuning cars. So it'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, somebody's driving a Mustang. Let me see if I can take this old Honda Civic that just looks like a regular beater and smoke them on the highway where you got plenty of straightaway and just do a wheel stand half the way down the road.
It's
But
crazy. Some of the jumps too you have to take in order to get those signs is
yeah,
like it's not obvious, I was driving around, I'm like, this XP sign's on a roof in the middle of a desert. Like there's no like jump near the building, so you
yeah,
have to like drive around like way back and then jump off of a mountain that's just like off in the distance. You know what I mean? You got to kind of think about that stuff yourself. It's pretty awesome.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, really enjoying it. I think it's going to kind of be the gold standard for a while of
Hmm.
open world racing games. It's is going to be. I think that genre's kind of gone away except for Forza. I know that
Yeah,
Test Drive's coming back. The
yeah.
crew tried to kind of do some things. They kind of, I don't know. It's got its fans, but
Hmm.
it didn't really hit it out of the park. I'm wondering if there's a potential for a comeback of the open world racer because of the popularity now of Forza, or if Forza's so good that everybody's just afraid to touch it.
I think right now, and somebody on WBG had a hell of an idea, which I'm hoping somebody at Turn 10 or Playground Games is listening. You know how they usually have like the DLC where it's like a location and then something that's brand related.
Yeah,
The only thing that they don't really have boss battles. They have showcases where you race planes or buggies or
yeah, and those
motorcycles
are
or
kind of cool for show,
yeah,
but like they all end the same way. Like you like barely pass them at the very very end, and it's like they just kind of give you the win, right?
yeah,
As long as you don't like run into the back of them, you're gonna win, right?
right. No, but
So what was the idea?
the idea they're thinking is as much as Forza is beloved by Xbox fans all around, what if they brought back some of the aspects of Project Gotham Racing as the DLC? Like there's a distinct
Yeah.
city somewhere in Mexico where it's like these are the underground races. I know you have like the street races at night, but these are the underground tracks. Maybe motorcycles can be mixed in with that. Maybe add law enforcement, although that's not really needed for Project Gotham, but it would just be something that they can tie in to
Yeah.
make it more story driven than just the kind of like doing like the stunt double stuff or things along those lines, or like the taxi service. This would be more story oriented, and
Yeah, they're
it
kind
would
of
be a
running out
fan
of obvious
favorite.
brands, you know? Like
Yeah.
they did Hot Wheels, they did Lego. Like somebody was saying Tonka, but like that'd be cool, but I don't know how fun it would be driving around these just massive vehicles all the time, right? So, um Micro Machines was a rumor.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. But I agree. I mean, Xbox has already got the IP for Project Gotham Racing, right? So if you did
Hmm.
do like this whole subsection like PGR and just really did up that like uh circuit racing but arcadey style, right?
Hmm.
And really took it to another level. You could even put kudos in it and all that stuff, you know. Like it
Yeah.
could be a lot of fun. They had a certain mode in that too, with like you had to like overtake your opponents and things. You know, you
Hmm.
remember that mode in the PGR? That'd be pretty cool. I could
Yeah.
see that. Um, I wouldn't mind also something in the more in the vein of um, like a city expansion, right?
Hmm.
So, you know, just like if you do like a city based
Almost like,
driving, right?
yeah, almost like the way grids circuits are set. Like and some of them are in cities and stuff like that. I think that that would be the way to go.
Yeah. I just wanted like a nightlife downtown like big area in one of these games. And I'm hoping that the next one, if they do a six, which I think they'd be fools not to keep this going because of the success of the franchise, right? Like I think they have to be internally talking about Japan because like the rumors were all over the place about Japan. Everybody thought it was going to be Japan. There's a lot of
Yeah.
excitement, and people are like, "Oh, Mexico! Hey, that's really cool. Looks great." And people are excited, and obviously the game's amazing. But like,
Yeah.
they got to realize that something is there with people wanting Japan. And if they did Japan, if they do Tokyo, right?
Yeah.
They
I
did
think.
that nightlife racing, you know, in the city, highway
Yeah.
racing and stuff. It'd be amazing.
I think Pong Soul was one that said it before. It's like they were probably going to save that for when it's all on next gen. So not knocking the Xbox One generation or anything like
Yeah,
that. They could probably do like the cloud streaming version of it at that point. But when it's full on new engine on next gen only at that point, then they can throw all the bells and whistles at it. Plus, like somebody was talking earlier about how, well, do they just focus on Tokyo? Don't you want a little bit more variety? Because that is a dense city populated area. Um, Maybe the map is even bigger, where it's like not the whole country of Japan, but a good bit of the mountainside leading up to
yeah.
Tokyo and stuff like that. And
And you could do
man,
like Mount Fuji and all that stuff. You know, like it'd be amazing.
yeah,
Flying over that area in flight sim was some of the best scenery I've found so
yes,
far.
yeah,
Absolutely gorgeous. So I think it'd be amazing, dude. I think they're capable, and then also Fable. I'm always thinking about Fable. Like, what are they going to do with that now? Right? But hey, Forza Horizon 5 officially comes out to the world. I think tonight. If you're in the UK, then you got like it's already out now, right?
yeah.
And if you're in the US, if you're on the East Coast, then you got like an hour and a half to wait,
Mhm.
I think, or 2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5, yeah.
So, hey, amazing game, Game Pass for a crazy amount of people that got the early editions. I mean, the servers are already flooded. It's crazy.
1.3 or 1.5 mil. So it's like
Have they
I
ever
can
had that
only
much
imagine what it's going to
concurrent
be like
in
tonight.
have they ever had that many players like within the first
For
couple
the
days of
early
any Forza
access,
Horizon?
I don't think they've had any that number for early access. I know for Horizon 4, there was a decent amount, but I don't think it was even a million. I think it was like they were happy with somewhere between 500 and 600,000, and that was pretty huge for that time. I don't think there were that many for 3, but man, that goes to show they sold at least a million copies of the add-ons
Yeah,
or the full premium editions. So yeah,
yeah,
they're on to something, and hey, maybe we see this with Halo as well.
yeah. And the crazy thing is, hey, Game Pass is not slowing down the sales.
Yeah.
It's it's crazy. All right, Jurassic World Evolution 2. The first Jurassic World Evolution was a surprise hit, actually, for a lot of people. It became a pretty popular game. It kind of spread around like, hey, this is actually really good. And a lot of people started playing it. I remember my daughter even asked for it because her friends were playing it.
Mhm.
So Jurassic World Evolution 2 comes out. It is a like park builder type game, your park management style game. You know, you're building the park, you're taking care of the animals and building enclosures, managing food, visitors, all that kind of stuff, I believe. Um,
Mhm.
so this one's got a review from Game Informer as an 8. Is this if did you play the first one at all?
No, I've it's one of those games that I wanted to play, and then I forget what was coming out around the same time. But being a fan of the movies, it's just something cool to have like your own park, and if you manage it right, the T-Rex won't eat the rest of the other dinosaurs or some of the visitors and things. But yeah, I think this one is going to wind up being a pickup this go around, just because they've added so much more to it as far as I think map size and variety of wildlife and things like that. But I missed out on the first one. I don't think I'm gonna let that same mistake happen
Yeah.
this time around.
This is one honestly like it may eventually get on sale, right? I like these kind of games. They just to really get the most out of them,
Hmm.
you got to invest a lot of time. There's a lot of other stuff out there right now that I just would rather spend my time on, just being honest. Like but there are those people that absolutely love these kind of games, and I think this is going to be one of the better ones, right? So,
Yeah.
if this is the kind of game you're really looking forward to, then hey, I'd look no further. I just know Halo's coming. Still got so many games to finish, and Age of Empires still
Yeah.
taking some time. And be honest with you, I just all I want to do right now is play Forza. So but this looks good, man. I'm like thinking it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna feed a shark to. It's one of those giant whale thingies.
Hmm.
Is that a megalodon? That's not a megalodon. That's something else. That's a thing from the movie.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool, man. Any Jurassic World fans out there? This game. Looks like it's made for you.
Hmm.
Um, all right, what do we got next, Fuzzy?
All right. So up next we
Among
have,
Tree.
yeah, Among the Trees, which this one's kind of I want to say like a puzzle mystery kind of game. It appears, if I remember right on that one. Let's
I'm going to the
see.
website right now. I got a video coming up. I see trees and I see a deer. It's Bambi's dad. This looks like Firewatch.
Yeah, similar, very similar art style.
I wonder if it has a story like Firewatch.
Mm.
It looks like you're building up your campground building, your survival.
Mm-hmm.
Got to take care of your plants. This is only on PC, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool. It's early access. Epic Game Store. FJRD Interactive. Yeah, so it's like a survival game. Have you ever wanted to escape to the woods and build a life for yourself in the heart of a lush forest? Where your day-to-day focus would be growing your own food, crafting tools, exploring the surroundings, and making your cabin extra cozy? This is the game for you. This is just like a living in the woods simulator, seems like. Okay.
Do you want to be a mountain man? This is the game for you. Yeah.
Did you murder somebody and want to live off the grid?
They need to add that as like story DLC. How long can you survive before FBI, swoops in and grabs you?
Yeah. Are you the Unabomber? Yeah, dude. Like among the trees, I want to see a cult expansion. You know, like, do you want to start a cult in the woods? Yeah, but it looks cool though. Honestly, it looks like Firewatch, but without all the story stuff. That was good, but still like expanding upon the survival stuff. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't be surprised if this is successful to see it eventually on consoles, but it looks like for now it's going straight just to PC. Something else that is hitting first on PC, and coming later to consoles. It says 2021 for consoles. I don't know if that's still going to happen or not. We'll see. I don't know if they updated that or not, but this is the game that was supposedly developed by one guy, FYQD Studio. Publishers Playism, Bright Memory Infinite. We saw this at the Next Generation Gameplay World Reveal of Next Gen Gameplay at the Xbox event, like in May of 2019. Is that when that happened?
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, okay. That looks cool, amazing. But we didn't get really any other info. Now it's been a while. People have played Bright Memory, which is like a sampling of this game, I guess.
Yeah.
And this is the full thing, I guess, Bright Memory Infinite. And it's hitting PC first. So I know that there's a lot of people out there that are familiar. They just had this is what the purchase link for this game takes us to: a Light Bright Mini.
Yeah.
VTech Count and Win Sports Center. All right, so I don't have gameplay on this link. I think you maybe sent it in the DM.
Yeah.
Check that.
They did some updates from the previous trailer. It's like a whole new trailer that they're showing for the PC unveiling, but I think it comes to console sometime next year. I don't think they updated their listing just yet.
Okay, I'm going to open this up. Here we go. Thanks to Fuzzy for the links. No, it's got a story. Okay.
Yeah. I just like the level of tech that they have for this like near future, like paper thin, clear phones or smartphones that are like I guess you could say like they look like a plastic outline or rectangle went off and only light up when you either have a call or make a call. The future.
Is this coming to Game Pass, Fuzzy? Do you remember?
I think this is one of those that will be coming to Game Pass when it does come to Xbox.
I'm not sure if we get
I don't know if we get the exclusive as like a time thing and then it eventually comes to PlayStation, or if it just the exclusive being it comes to Game Pass while it's still coming to PlayStation at the same time. not quite sure on the timing part yet, but PC guys, they get this one a little earlier, and I think he's going to also do some updates once the console version's released. So anybody buying it on PC, I think there'll be like a update for when it comes to console, and that's supposed to be a free upgrade as well.
Yeah. Again, it's still crazy that like this is a one-man team here.
Yeah.
It's I know there's a lot of probably tools and stuff that he's using, right, to make a lot of this stuff happen. Like it's still really impressive. It's
Yeah.
Curious
You
how it's
still got
going
to
to
do
all
all the
play.
coding. Yeah, it's like you may have the tools, but it still takes some coding and making sure things aren't clipping or audio is dropping off and things aren't falling through the world and stuff like that. Kudos to them or to any devs out there, really, because this is our hobby, and man, we enjoy everything they put into it.
Yep. All right, here's another interesting one, Fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
We got GTA, the trilogy, the definitive edition. Now, this is also San Andreas. One of the games is coming to Game Pass, and GTA 3, which is one of the other games, is coming to PS Now, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Vice City is coming to none. So I think
Yeah.
they're trying to entice everybody. Hey, if you want to play all three, you got to buy it. But big win for Game Pass still getting the San Andreas, which is to a lot of people one of the ones they're most excited for. A great thing for PS Now getting GTA 3. That's like the
Mm-hmm.
first mainline GTA game, in my opinion. Like as far as like really took it to that next level. I think the other ones before that were top down. If I remember.
Yeah, that was their first 3D one, and I remember getting that on PC and then modding the heck out of it, and it being, I wouldn't say fairly easy to mod back then, but it was like, oh, you can make these imaginary cars into the real counterparts and stuff like that. That was back then. That was awesome. But yeah, I think the PS Now or PS Plus crowd, I don't think they get it day and date though. I think they get it early next year. I know we get it on Game Pass the same day it
you're right.
launches.
They get it in December, I think.
Yeah.
It's in December. So I don't know why. I mean, you would think that they said they did like new age controls and stuff. We'll see. We'll see how that handles. But I'm excited to go back and revisit these.
Yeah, San Andreas is the only one that I didn't play, and I think it was just a matter of at the time it wasn't on PC when it came out, or something along those lines that for whatever reason I wound up skipping it. Or maybe it was that Saints Row 3 was out at that time or something weird, but I that's the one I missed, and thanks to Phil and Sarah Bond, it's coming to Game Pass, so I don't get to miss it out this time. So awesome.
All right, now we got another classic game making its way to the Switch, which I find this a little odd, to be honest with you, because Knights of the Old Republic is coming to the Switch, and a remake was just announced.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand this is the original version and it's a remake, so it's not going to be anything like this, but I don't know, just kind of find it a little weird. This game is very old. It came out originally 2003,
Mm-hmm.
and this seems like it's just a straight port of a 18-year-old game to the Switch. Does this excite you?
Not particularly. I already have the back compat on Xbox, so
Yeah.
It's great for anyone that wants that game on the go. It would be nice if they were doing the remake, but I think for whatever reason Sony decided to capitalize on that. But yeah, for the most part, it's cool that now you can play this on the go. Another win for Switch players, so that way, especially if they're Star Wars fans, hey, it can't go wrong with it. I mean, it's just that seems a little weird timed, or
Yeah.
weird that it's the port, like you said, as opposed to the
Graphically, it looks like a new Switch game, right? So it's not.
yeah.
It's. I mean, it kind of fits in. All right.
Yeah.
So that's coming. It's only $15, it seems. So that's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not. At least they're not trying to. $40, $50 or something crazy like that.
Mhm.
15 bucks. That's a fair deal. Another thing happening this week. This is a very we gotta spend some time on this with Fuzzy, because there's a lot of misinformation going around, even from some bigger publications,
Yeah.
about this game, and because they don't understand it, and I am confused why it's so difficult to understand. Because I was googling stuff about this game last night, and I come across an article from Kotaku. I shouldn't have clicked on it. I did, and they had misinformation all in there. Um, I don't know who they allow to write their articles, but anyway, this game, Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim Special Edition,
Hmm.
is getting a next gen update
Yeah.
on the for the PS5 and the Series X and S. Okay, so that is happening on the 11th. It's not separate, right?
Right.
That is the release, is the next gen update. Now, you can buy the anniversary edition
Hmm.
if you want extra content,
Right.
right? Or you can upgrade your Series X, S, PS5 updated for free version. You can upgrade your Skyrim Special Edition that you already own or have in Game Pass for $20, right?
Hmm.
To the anniversary if you want the added content, right?
Right.
But the next generation update for Series X and S and PS5 and PC, I think, is
Hmm.
getting enhancements as well, right? If they already aren't available on PC, which they probably already are. I'm not sure.
Yeah. They're
PC is just getting
getting.
the anniversary edition option, I believe.
Well, they get there's one or a couple more things, like four particular like story arcs that are added. Um, so if you already have the special edition, you're automatically getting, like you said, the graphical update on console, but the console and PC are also getting, I think, four pieces of content that are included in the anniversary edition, but they're like the free included things.
Right.
The breakdown in what you're being charged for if you upgrade to either the anniversary edition or if you want to buy the anniversary edition outright, I believe it's 30 pieces of content from their like mod store. So for a PC guy, if they're into modding their game, this is the anniversary edition is probably something they want to avoid, as far as doing the paid upgrade. The free upgrade, like the graphical stuff, that shouldn't be a problem. But I think
Yeah.
the mods that are included in that anniversary edition is where, if you're a PC cat and you already got it modded, that's where you may want to hold off. It may not be worth the $20 upgrade. Now, console, on the other hand, I think it does away with any other mods you may have already either paid for or downloaded, but it gives you pretty much everything that was in the store before. So it's like a more complete version
Mm-hmm.
of all of the mods that were in like the mod store for that $20 upgrade, or the full on, I think, 50 for the complete
It's
anniversary
50. Yeah.
edition.
If you don't have Skyrim at all,
Mhm.
right? If you don't already own it on Xbox or don't have Game Pass, then you can get the anniversary edition for $50, right?
Yeah.
If you already have it, you don't have to pay $20 to get the next gen upgrades. You only pay the $20 if you want to get this content that Fuzzy is talking about. But regardless of all that, the next gen update, which is what I saw on Kotaku, which drove me crazy, is they said, "Hey, new reselling Skyrim again, but in the future they're coming out with a next gen upgrade." I'm like, that's not what they said at all. Like, this is the next gen upgrade. Like, it's Skyrim Special Edition is getting upgraded for free. It's part of the whole thing, and it just completely. People are writing articles on these big websites that aren't really taking their time to fully understand what is actually out there, and the problem with that is they lead with articles like this, and if you read the comments section, people get upset, right? Or if you see people on Twitter that only have read these articles and stuff, and it's like that's the information that they have, right? That's what they saw. They're led down this completely fake path of information. So, just so you know, everybody, again, I'm reconfirming this for you. If you have Skyrim and all you care about is playing a next gen version of PS5 or Series X or S, you don't got to pay for shit. It's automatically going to get upgraded for you on the 11th.
Yep.
Okay? Making sure everybody hears that. And then if you want extra stuff, DLC, you can pay $20. Or if you don't have Skyrim at all, or if you don't have Game Pass, you can buy it. The whole package, just like any other game. So stop hating on this, which deserves no hate whatsoever. In my opinion, free upgrades are awesome. And 11th, hey, it already plays great at 60 FPS, on Series X, but I can't wait to see what these enhancements are, because we're getting some graphical enhancements and stuff like that, which is where I think it's needing a little bit of update, because performance-wise, perfect, but some of the textures and things are a little outdated, so that'd be nice.
Yeah. It's like Kotaku's, like, they were answering that meme. Tell me you don't play Skyrim without telling me you don't play Skyrim.
Yes. Right. Exactly. All right. We got one more, Fuzzy. This one is Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Nice.
And it is coming out on the Switch on the 12th. All right. So we got publishers Sega, developers Atlas, and its release date, again, like I said, is the 12th. It's just coming to Switch. I remember seeing this at one of the Switch events. It looked like it was pretty cool. I haven't seen any full reviews of this yet, but I know a lot of people are excited for this game. I'm going to bring up a trailer off of your list. Are you a Tensei fan?
I see. This is one of those games I don't really remember early on when Sega originally released it. I know I remember all the Shinobis, and then there was something else that Tensei was. I can't remember if it was the game that came before or after that was more like Ninja Gaiden based, but I don't really remember it. I know Mr. Boomstick, another content creator in the Xbox community, he's a big fan of that. I think Pong is even a big fan of Tensei as well. I can't remember it. I'm pretty sure I've played it. A lot of those games from early, I guess it would have been like closer to like 360 time, or would that have been like PS2 leading into PS3 time? A lot of those games I don't even remember, because I think PC was my main focus at that point.
Yeah. I'm just watching the trailer here. It looks pretty cool, right? Like, it looks like it's turn-based. Like, I know there's like Shin Megami Tensei fans watching this right now. Like, you don't know shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't. I played this probably back in the day on PS2, if there was a version of PS2 or PS1, and I just don't remember because I played so many JRPGs back in the day, like so many, and there were so many to play. I just rented them all from Blockbuster. Kept going, trying all these different RPGs out. Me and my friend just kept renting different ones, and some of them blur in my mind. And I can't remember exactly what was what, but this was never like one of my favorite franchises. Otherwise, I would know a lot more. But I did remember seeing this trailer when during one of the Nintendo events, and it was like, okay, this looks pretty cool, right? Like this looks legit. Like I could see myself spending some time with this. I just wish it wasn't only on the Switch. That way, like it could look even better and play even better. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
One of
just
my
good
things
that it comes to Switch now, so it's it'll definitely make for an interesting portable game for Switch owners.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, a lot of it's art and stuff, So it's probably going to be a great game. It's probably going to be fun to play. Man, it's a long trailer. Okay. Hey, cool game. Shin Megami Tensei 5 coming out. And it is going to be $60 full price game on the 12th. Now, Fuzzy, there's not a lot of news, but there was something that just kind of happened on Tom Henderson, who writes for several people, and I think he's writing for maybe Video Games Chronicle. I can't remember exactly who he's writing for right now, but he just posted something that says EA is about to announce a classic franchise coming back. So I'm going to bring that tweet up real quick. Kate actually showed this to me. I was like, hey, and he's been right before. Tom Henderson, he's been right even recently. He's been right before, including news about the Xbox was going to announce the showcase and when that was going to happen and things like that. So he says, new scoop tomorrow. EA is bringing back a game series that fans loved back in the day.
Interesting.
EA is bringing back a game series that fans loved back in the day. My hope is Command & Conquer.
That would be nice.
Do you have a hope?
I'm kind of, because EA seems like they're being catty to some extent.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say Fight Night.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that, it took the former devs from Dead Space to make Callisto Protocol before they announced Dead Space is coming back. Was it ESBC, the esports boxing team, which is a much smaller team, just like the Callisto Protocol team? It's been working on getting licenses for a lot of these boxers and working on the mechanics and things, making it look like it's going to be a game that's going to rival some of the best periods of time when Fight Night was king. I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, you know what, people are still liking boxing. Let's make a Fight Night, even though fans have been asking for almost a decade now. But Command & Conquer would be nice. But if it's Fight Night, I'm going to be happy and sad at the same time. Sad for ESBC because it's like after all that hard work, that thunder just got stolen from under them. But in the end, being a boxing fan, especially in the 90s and stuff, it'd be awesome to have something fun to play again that's not as arcadey like the recent Rocky game, or the Apollo Creed game, which wasn't bad, just a little more arcadey than what I was hoping for.
Right. So Jasper in the chat says college football. It could be because that was already I don't remember if it was a leak or if they already just announced that they were bringing it back. I can't remember, but it was all over the place that EA was bringing back college football without the NCAA license because they got enough licenses out there with like players programs and stuff. Like, I can't remember exactly how it all works, but anyway, they got enough schools and stuff to be able to come out with their own college football game. So EA is working on that, but that was already such a huge thing. I don't remember if it was just a leak that went everywhere. They talked about it in the earnings report or something, or something. So they maybe could make an official announcement of a game, or man, I'm trying to think like what is something else, because like we already know Mass Effect is a thing, right? We know the Dragon Age is being made. We know
Tony Hawk 2 as well, or another.
Well,
Tony
that was
Hawk
Activision.
Game?
That's
Oh
Activision.
no, okay.
Yeah. EA. Like I'm just trying to think of like classic EA games that have been dormant and like.
It can't be NBA Live because I mean it'd be nice
Skate.
to have competition for 2K, but
yeah,
NBA Live coming back. Man.
Shout out to the chat too. Speaking of Indie Gamer, Matt Byrnes, Tony Grasso, Jasper. All you guys, thanks for being here. You guys rock. Louis, PTK Blam is in here. Again, Army vet, Shizno. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, what's say if dormant? Yeah, Matt said Medal of Honor. Could be. They got Vincent Pella, Dice LA, or as they're going to be called now, Ripple Effect or something like that. Is working on a new game. Maybe it's Medal of Honor. Vincent Pella. It would make sense that he would be heading that up because he was one of the original creators of Medal of Honor back in the day with Infinity Ward. Before they moved on to make Call of Duty. Crazy, this man. Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, Titanfall, Apex Legends, Jedi Fallen Order. Maybe back full circle to Medal of Honor again. Who knows? I'm still holding out hope for that Command and Conquer, or something else surprising, something I'm not even thinking about. Right? Triple play baseball. Or did they make triple play or did they make MVP? They made triple play, right?
I think so. Triple
cool.
play. You had RBI. You had. I keep on in the back of my mind. Keep on thinking of Tommy Lasorda baseball for Sega, but that was way back. It'd be nice to have another competing baseball game. Although I think MLB The Show they
got the lockdown now being
multi-plat. That game it's on to bigger and better things now.
Tony says MVP was EA. Okay. I just swore there was a triple play. I don't remember. It was triple play like Konami. I don't remember. Triple play baseball. Maybe it was 989.
Okay.
No, there was an EA Sports triple play baseball. 2001 was triple play baseball, EA Sports. So they probably just switched names. Guess who the developer was? You want more Call of Duty ties? This is crazy. The developer of Triple Play Baseball in 2001 was Treyarch. Who would have known? Who would have known?
Wow.
Treyarch. The Black Ops guys. Yeah. Anyway. That just surprised the hell out of me. All right. Everybody. Appreciate you. Hoping for Command and Conquer news tomorrow. We'll see. It's probably gonna be something else. Probably something really random and bad. Jasper says mercenaries. That'd be cool. I would like that. But hey, Fuzzy, tell everybody where they can find you, man.
Oh, well, first, just want to thank you for having me on, and thanks for the chat for joining us tonight. You can find me on Twitter at fuzzy_Belvedere. You can hopefully find me here again on Monday, helping you out with tidbits. Always love talking about these upcoming games and some of the stuff that gets, slides under the radar. And man, looking forward to this coming Saturday at FSP at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with you and Key talking about pretty much all the platforms and, the latest news. And then later that night at 8 p.m., you can catch me on the Shop Podcast with PTK Blam, Pong Soul, and Centurion 1307. Just talking shop, more Xbox centric, but every now and then we'll talk about Nintendo and PlayStation when they have something interesting going on. But
Yeah,
man, it's just awesome time. You can also find me on Forza. Just search for Fuzzy Space Belvedere and tunes, paint schemes. Although more so are tunes than paint schemes, because I usually just do paint colors, like custom colors that aren't in the game type of deal.
mm-hmm.
But man, I'm going to be a busy person with Forza these next couple of weeks.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm actually installing the PC version just to see if the library editor maybe like I have more functionality with it and stuff. So I'm gonna check that out just to see. Um, but again, chat, you guys rock. It's good to be back doing shows. See you guys again the coming days. Lots of content coming. Um, and tomorrow we'll be on Xbox Factor podcast with Boom. And you got, let's see, Wednesdays Fun Pop, Thursdays PM in the PM, Fridays Xbox Ultimate, Saturdays FSP, all that stuff here on Fun Speculation on YouTube. Check out the podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and more. And I hope to see you guys again soon. So thank you, appreciate it, and have a good one. Bye.
later.